Take the new part of the lesson, take that page, and put it on top of the page that you already completed. Line it up so that it's just underneath the lines that you've already drawn on the grids. You're going to find the slope for each of the lines this time. Look at line 1. Write the slope for line 1 in the blank. Now go on and write the slope for the rest of the lines. Next, take the sheet where you wrote the slopes and put it on top of the other page. Slide it all the way up so that it's just underneath the equations that you started off with. Take some time and carefully examine your slope with the equation above. Look very carefully. Line 1 equation, line 1 slope. Line 2 equation, line 2 slope, and so on until you notice a trend. Once you see it, go ahead and write your observation in the box below. Do you remember what we learned in the first part of the lesson? Well, go back and compare the y-intercepts from the first part of the lesson with the equation. Take some time and remember what we discovered. Turn the page over and let's look at the back side. Read the first question and take a moment to think about it. Could you figure those out? Take some time and look at the next two parts of this. Look at the equation. See if anything in the equation looks familiar. Can you figure out what the M and the B stand for? Take a moment and read this. What do you think about the shortcut? You don't have to write it if you can explain it to each other or your mom, but you do need to be able to put your observations and what you're learning into words. Now look at this last part. Back to that equation. Can you graph y equals 3/4 x plus 6 without making a table? Let's look carefully at that equation. It clearly tells us that the y-intercept is 6. So let's go over and plot a point on the y-intercept of 6. Now look back at the equation. It shows us that the slope is 3/4. So start with your first point, go up 3 and over 4, and plot another point. Since you only need 2 points to draw a line, just connect those 2 points, extend your line across, and you have your line. You have just graphed y equals 3/4 x plus 6 without making a chart. If you notice, I've got extra dots on my line. It's because I wanted my line to be extra precise. You can do that too by working backwards. Start at your original point. From the original point, instead of going up 3 to the right 4, this time you will go down 3 and to the left 4. Make a point and again go down 3 and to the left 4 to make your final point.